Good evening, everybody. It's 6:39, which means it's about time to start. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, Shabbat Shalom. My name is Leslie Koff. If we haven't met each other, find me after and we'll meet. Tonight, I am so happy to report that we will be honoring those who give of their hands and their heart to this community. Our community is built from all of the little things that all of you do, from baking cookies to writing grants, to installing solar panels. Everything that all of you does in your own time builds this beautiful community as we are brick by brick, tiny task by tiny task. The Temple Bethel community is the tapestry woven from all of you, from all of the things that you have done. It is strong because it has to be. Thank you for your time and your effort and your attention. I'm just going to say a couple small things about tonight's honorees, if you don't mind. Leslie DeLonga, we are so very welcoming of your joy and enthusiasm. We are thrilled to have you as part of this community. I look forward to growing with you for many years to come. Eve, where are you? There's Eve. You guys all lined up. This is so good. Eve, we are all blessed by your drive and your strength. Thank you for heading up and running the Caring Committee and so many other things that you are running that I don't even know about. You are holding up so many people, so we wish you very strong arms. We are all blessed by your wonderful heart. Please take your vitamins. Niles, where are you? Where's Niles? Hi. Near the door so he can make a quick exit, I see. Niles, here's the thing. I chose you to be Julia's partner as the search co-chair because, as I have told you previously, you are careful with people, you are sensitive, you are deliberate. Thank you for bringing yourself and your kind and generous heart, not just this past year and a half, but for the past number of decades, to the heart of this community. Thank you to all of you for making this community as gorgeous as it is. May we all grow together from strength to strength. Please enjoy these beautiful images of all of you making this community strong.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is David Gunderson, and I've been asked to talk a little bit about Cafe Panim. But really what I want to talk about is one of the most powerful forces known to humanity. Yes, I'm talking about the bagel. And because of the bagel, and because of one of the other most powerful forces known to humanity, coffee, we've been able to bring people together every Sunday morning at Cafe Panim to build community at Temple Bethel. So, Panim, Hebrew for face, was meant to be an opportunity for people to be face to face, to not just communicate through text or through email, but for us to really be together through what we've been together over the last decade. In the last decade, we've seen elections, we've seen the pandemic, we have seen our children become bar and bat mitzvah. We have seen deaths, births, all of the life and breath of Temple every Sunday morning. So I want to say thank you first and express my gratitude to Rabbi Beitch, to Stephanie, to Kendra, to Eliza, all the folks at Temple that have helped us create the institution that is Cafe Panim. And I also want to thank my partners in crime, Leslie Koff and Russ, Gwen Jacobson, Neil Miller. We also had Lee Lazar coming in on a regular basis, Sharon and Bradley Kahn, David Bookstaff, and now Lena Goldstone, Jacob Haju. All of these folks have helped create the institution that is Cafe Panim, and we invite you to come be a part of the Sunday morning ritual of honoring the bagel, but also honoring and participating in the community of Temple Bethel. So thank you, and please join us, whether it's to have a bagel and some coffee, or whether it's to serve a bagel and some coffee. Have a great night.
Thank you, David Gunderson, wherever you are. Next, every 2 or 3 years here at Temple Bethel, we run a program, a program called Atidenu, Our Future Emerging Temple Bethel Leaders. This year, I had the pleasure of running this program with our executive director, Stephanie Kushner, and a myriad of guest presenters, some of whom are here this evening. At this time, I'm proud to call up and recognize the Atidenu graduates, people who we hope will learn and grow in our community, whose hands and hearts will form what we are for decades to come. Now, on a personal note, I just want to say one of the most joyous parts of my term in this role here at Temple Bethel as president was facilitating this class. And so I'm so thrilled. You guys ready? Get ready. Please come up and get your certificate and a hug from Stephanie and a hug from me. Thank you. Catherine Kopp. These people were here, were online with us every other Thursday through power outage, through another power outage, it went on and on. Yay, I want a hug. Amy Goldman. I want a hug. Shabaka Gibson. Okay, fine. I'll hug you first. Thank you. Sue Golden. Sue. By the way, this is their graduation. Todd Giesfeld. Todd, are you here tonight? Okay, we'll applaud for Todd later. Leslie DeLonga. Joe Lanus, is Joe here tonight? No, Joe will have to hug us later. Okay, Jackie Judd. I don't see everybody, huh? Here. Becca Youngerman. Ready? Sarah Ben. We'll have to hug Sarah Byer next time. Jake Hadu will have to be hugged next time. Oh, my. Thank you. Lana Nanide. Yay! Lana made it. Yeah. A round of applause for our graduates. Thank you. Next.
Shabbat Shalom. Tonight, it is my pleasure and my honor to present the Emerging Leader Award. The recipient, Leslie DeLonga, is a remarkable woman who embodies the spirit of leadership, community service, and tikkun olam. She has become an integral part of the Temple Bethel family, contributing time, energy, passion, and ideas in her various roles within our community. Leslie joined Temple in 2020, along with her husband, Toy, and son, Alan. She is a shining example of what I think it means to be an emerging leader. Tonight, we celebrate her achievements and contributions and what is yet to come. I'll list some of the roles that Leslie has at Temple Bethel. Leslie is the membership committee chair. Leslie recently accepted this role and wasted little time in making her mark on the committee. She has been an idea generator for ensuring that members, both new and old, feel welcome in our community. Leslie's warm smile and genuine interest in others are sure to leave a lasting impression on everyone who walks through our doors. Leslie's first response when she accepted the role as membership committee chair was to make sure that she could continue to be a member of the Youth Education Committee. Again, on the Youth Education Committee, Leslie is full of ideas and always willing to share her point of view. Most recently, Leslie organized the Youth Education Committee's Mitzvah Day project, a spring cleanup at Camp Shalom. She has been in charge of the Youth Education Committee's coffee kibbutzim this school year. She also helped lead our snack sales along with Tanya Anderson at Hebrew School on Wednesdays. Leslie is a member of Temple Bethel's Sisterhood, where she serves on the nominating committee, identifying potential leaders within Sisterhood. Leslie is about to complete the first year of her first term, serving on Temple Bethel's Board of Trustees. Leslie is on the planning committee for the toast to Rabbi Beitch coming up in May. And Leslie was a member of this year's cohort of Atidenu. But in typical Leslie fashion, she doesn't stop at just being a member of the program. After another member of the cohort organized gifts for the leaders of Atidenu, Leslie busted out her cricket machine If you know Leslie even a little, you likely know how skilled she is with this machine. And she whipped up some cards to go along with the gifts. Then she donned her chef hat and whipped up some tasty treats for the group to go with our dinner during the last class. While Leslie may be on all these boards and committees, I think the really special thing about her is that in the true spirit of Tikkun Olam, repairing the world, when she sees something that needs fixing, she fixes it. No one asked her to make signs to display at Cafe Panim with the Wi-Fi password, but Leslie saw a need, so she did something about it. Another example, during a youth education committee meeting, we were discussing ideas for increasing security in the building during religious school. The idea was brought forward that maybe all the adults in the building should wear their Temple Bethel name tags so that it would be easier to identify whether someone belongs in the building. This is not a procedure that we necessarily put into place, but the next Sunday when I came in the building, not only was Leslie wearing her name tag, she was offering to go and get other people's name tags also, as a way of gently encouraging others to wear them. I know the temple staff appreciate Leslie's work. Leslie doesn't like to be idle, so she asks Stephanie, Eliza, Kathleen, or Kendra for projects to complete while her son Alan is in religious school. She has spent hours cleaning up and organizing closets and classrooms. She has labeled envelopes. She has tested markers one by one. And she doesn't stop there. She gets other parents involved as well, leading by example. Leslie, thank you for helping to improve our community one mitzvah at a time. Thank you for your service and your leadership, and I can't wait to see what else you have in store for us.
Thank you, Sarah, for the wonderful introduction, and thank you to the Volunteer Appreciation Planning Team for the nomination. I'd also like to thank my family, my mom, Randy, for encouraging me, my husband, Toy, for supporting me through many evening Zooms and in-person meetings, and last but not least, my son, Alan, for motivating me to want to show him how meaningful engagement in a Jewish community can be. I stand before you today deeply humbled and profoundly grateful to accept the award for Volunteer Emerging Leader. To be recognized among such dedicated individuals is truly a privilege, and I'm filled with a sense of both gratitude and responsibility as I accept this honor. I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to the legal leadership, staff, and clergy for your unwavering support and encouragement. Your guidance has been instrumental in shaping my journey as a volunteer and as a member of this vibrant community. It's your vision and commitment that inspires us all to strive for excellence and to make a meaningful difference in the world around us. When I first heard I was nominated for this award, I almost laughed because being a leader, especially a lay leader, would be impossible if it wasn't for those around you allowing you to lead and allowing themselves to be led. So thank you to my fellow volunteers whose passion and dedication are a constant source of inspiration. Together, we work tirelessly to support the mission of Temple Beth El. It's through our collective efforts that we've been able to create positive change and foster a sense of belonging within our community. Like many of you, I first became involved at Temple for that sense of community. However, when accepting leadership, both formally and informally, I was reminded of the words of Rabbi Hillel, "If I'm not for myself, who will be for me? But if I'm only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when?" These words remind us of our responsibility to each other and to the world around us. They call upon us to act with empathy and compassion and to work tirelessly towards a better future for all. As we move forward, let's continue to draw strength from our shared values and from the knowledge that each of us has the power to make a difference. Let's embrace the challenges that lie ahead with courage and determination, knowing that together we can overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. Once again, I'm deeply honored to accept this award, and I pledge to continue serving Temple Beth El and our community with dedication, integrity, and love. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Here we go. All right. I'm instructed to give you this. Maybe. All right. So this says, Leslie DeLonga, Emerging Leader 2024, in recognition of your volunteer service to Temple Bethel.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name's Linda Rivitz, and I am here to give to the person on my right, Eve Siegel, the Volunteer of the Year Award from TBE for 2024. I think when many of you here, you know Eve, but when you see Eve working as a volunteer often, I think your vision of her is Eve with a box in front of her. Covering her face, taking pictures at one event or another with a camera that is covering her face. And I just see tonight she has a new one, so we're going to have to get a new image of Eve in her camera. But she is Eve. She's not a person who looks for recognition from anyone. She is not necessarily there to be praised. She works whether she's thanked or not, so we got to make sure to thank her. And she is there because there is an opportunity for her to make other people's lives better. And Eve is more than happy to do that. No recognition is needed. And I think as a practical matter, no is not a word in Eve's vocabulary. Her volunteerism, pardon? All right. Her volunteerism, her helping is widespread, and it is very deep. And I could talk about things L'chaim, JSS, JBAM, Kevra Kadisha, Torah study, sisterhood. She was telling me that she was in sisterhood when you made the newsletter by cutting and pasting. And for those of you who are above a certain age, that is not Control-C and Control-V. It was considerably more difficult than that. So, and that's just, and certainly Foodorama is an area where Eve has been very involved here as part of the sisterhood. And when I mention her cooking and her baking, I think she has baked cookies and brownies for all kinds of events, from Foodorama to Onigs on Friday night, to the Blockstein lecture, to Temple, to Torah study. And if you have ever eaten kugel at Temple Bethel, there's a high probability it has come from her oven. Given all that and her many years of service here and decades of caring and giving, it was no surprise that Eve was asked this year by the rabbi to take over as chair of the TBE Caring Committee. The mission of the committee is to provide timely and sensitive support to congregants and families experiencing challenging times. So in other words, the committee is tasked to find out who needs help and how we can help them. And it is a charge which fits Eve like a glove. How can we help? Perhaps calls, cards, wellness checks, transportation to medical appointments, to the grocery store, perhaps to a grandchild's ballet recital. Hot meals for a few days after someone gets out of the hospital, help with a meal of condolence after a family member's death. Eve was asked to lead the caring committee, prioritize its services, and make sure TBE congregants are aware that if help is needed, help is available. And she accepted this task with enthusiasm, but what else did we expect from Eve? A full table of caring committee members at Mitzvah Day last weekend, writing messages and cards to TBE members, is just one example of the committee at work. And that is why Eve Siegel is receiving today the TBE 2024 Volunteer Award, Volunteer of the Year Award. We congratulate Eve, we congratulate the rest of her committee, And we want all to know of our overwhelming thanks for what she does and what they do.
I prepared no speech, but I do, in my heart, want to thank everybody who helps make this community rich, Jewish, comforting, welcoming, and long-lasting. And I have a grandson here, a daughter here, and tons of friends because you've welcomed me and made it better for all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Rabbi, thank you for putting out this carrot and letting me grab hold of it.
My name is Julia Katz, and tonight I have the distinct honor and privilege of introducing this year's Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Niles Berman. The Lifetime Achievement Award celebrates a congregant who has contributed significantly to Temple over many years. Niles has served as a member of the Board of Trustees continuously since 1981. In that time, he has held the roles of Secretary, Vice President, and President. He has also chaired or co-chaired numerous committees, including youth education, finance, and trust committees, and served on both the music and religious practices committees. He served as a chair for the building committee in the 90s when the Capitol was raised and the plans developed to restore the original building and create the school wing and community court as we know them today. He and his wife Linda co-chaired the transition committee that welcomed Rabbi Beitch and his family to the TBE community. He has led adult education presentations and discussions and continues to serve as a regular service leader for the Saturday morning lay-led minions and occasionally fills in for clergy on Friday nights. He has been active with the men's club, participated in a mitzvah day, and even spent time washing dishes in the kitchen. Most recently, I had the pleasure of seeing Niles in action as we co-chaired the Rabbinic Search Committee. His dedication to Temple and the process was unwavering as he joined Zoom interviews remotely at 10 p.m. while on his 50th anniversary trip to Japan. As you've heard, Niles has placed Temple Bethel as a priority in his life and has and continues to serve as an exemplary role model for his children, Sarah and Jaron, his grandson Beckett, and the entire TBE community. I can think of no one more deserving of this honor tonight. Niles, please come forward to accept your Temple Bethel Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well, first of all, I'm very honored to share the bima with people as dedicated as Leslie and Eve and my co-chair Julia virtually, and Betsy, who's been up here in this role before, and Dan as well. Thank you all. 43 years ago, when I first came onto the Temple board, I worried that there wouldn't be leaders to fill the shoes of Bill Blockstein, Marge and Harry Tobias, Mel Weinswig, and others whom I looked upon as models of selfless and effective leadership. But my generation did step up, as have the generations of leaders who followed us. I can't start listing names, or I'll certainly forget people who are so important to me and to this congregation. You know who you are, and you know you have my eternal respect, my thanks, and my love. I've watched these generations of leaders live what I believe to my core, that life is seamless. As a prayer that's in the High Holiday liturgy, or at least it used to be, as that prayer puts it so elegantly, be among those who cherish truth above ease. Be the same within and without. Serve all that is great within you. Become the prayer for goodness that your lips utter. I've watched generations of our leaders succeed here, because they bring the same values and demeanors to every aspect of their lives: home, work, volunteering, leadership. We're ordinary people. Apologies to anyone from Lake Wobegon. But together, we've achieved extraordinary things by staying true to our values, focused on building the vibrance and warmth of this congregation, this family, and seeking no recognition or reward beyond succeeding in that goal. When asked what besides my extraordinary family I'm proudest of, when asked what project I found most fulfilling, whether in my professional or volunteer life, I've answered the same way over the years as Julia hinted. It was helping hold this congregation together in 1994, 95, and 96, when we might have split apart over congregants' strong disagreement whether to move the temple or try to expand and fix its shortcomings on this site. The congregation was a fully informed and engaged partner as we found a way together to honor the past and build for the future here on this beloved site. Now about this honor. Betsy remembers when I was first installed as president in 1994 that my remarks focused on the fact that the best thing about a Niles Berman presidency was that Linda Berman came as a full partner. So thank you, my partner, for the huge role you've played in the work that this wonderful honor represents, and for all the work you do for our community behind the scenes. And thanks to all of you whom I've had the privilege to work alongside the past 43 years. Looking forward and not just back, I hope we all recognize that Temple is in excellent hands with our current group of dedicated leaders and the prospective leaders like the ones who were just recognized. Our future together is bright indeed, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you again for this honor.
I told Niles I have an uncharacteristically non-speaking part today, so I am just showing you his beautiful award, Niles Berman Lifetime Achievement 2024, in recognition of your volunteer service to Temple Bethel. Mazel tov.
Hello, good night. How is everybody today? Awesome. My name is Marta Carlo. I serve as president-elect of the board, and I am a little speechless, honestly, after those words. And also, I am honored, inspired, and humbled by these amazing individuals that have come up to the BEMA to receive these awards. Also, Atidenu graduates, thank you for your time and dedication to this work, and to all of you for your commitment and dedication to our community. We are fortunate to have so many volunteers that dedicate their time and resources to making our community strong. Thank you to Rabbi, Cantor, Stephanie, and the TBE team who support us and lead us. We are very appreciative of you. I look forward to continuing working with all of you in the future to continuing to make this community what it is and make it stronger every day. So, Shabbat Shalom.
And we'd like to conclude with Shehachiyanu, so please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehachiyanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu l'zman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehachiyanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu l'zman hazeh Leslie Koff told me to say, meet back here in 10 minutes for services.